Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Matt and Liv show. So we've had a crazy 9 days. It's been fun.
Yes, we've been busy traveling. We're finally home for a while until next month. Hi, Janice. I was just thinking about that. So we went to New Orleans with another couple, and I was just thinking about the timing of it all, because I don't know if you guys have seen, but New Orleans is
under hurricane
right now. They're at, like, what is that? Tropical storm.
Brandon?
No, Barry.
No,
and it's supposed to hit tomorrow. So anyways, I was just thinking about, like, how things happen for a reason, and sometimes they happen and you don't, that's not the way you wanted it to go, and you get upset, but it was really, like, looking out for you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So originally last week we went to a concert in Denver for our daughter's birthday.
Pre-New Orleans.
Came home, went to New Orleans, came back, went back to Denver for another concert, Hugh Jackman, which was phenomenal. So if you ever get a chance to see him in concert, highly recommend it. It was really good show. So anyways, so originally our plan was to go to Denver, go to the concert with our kids, leave our kids in Denver with family, and fly to Denver to New Orleans, come back to Denver, and go to the other concert. Well, our family had made different plans, so we ended up having to leave the kids at home and flying out of Grand Junction, which is about an hour drive from us. And because of that, we were on a different flight than our friends, and we came home safe and sound, sunny weather, beautiful, no delays, no problems, and our friends ended up getting stuck in New Orleans for another night. If we had been on their same flight, we would have missed Hugh Jackman, and our kids would have been stuck with grandma another day. So anyways, long story short, it's funny how, like, and I was, like, frustrated because I'm like, I want to fly with our friends out of Denver,
mm-hmm.
but it just all worked out because we needed to get home to see Hugh Jackman because it was phenomenal. So
it was good.
That was my thought process this morning. I know, that's how I wake up. My brain's just like,
He had more attendees than the previous one.
And Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes
was good, but it was like 30,000 tweens screaming. It was like, that's how Elvis probably felt. That's what I was thinking. That's probably what an Elvis concert was like.
Probably.
Girls screaming like crazy. Yeah. So this one was a little more our age.
This one was good.
The kids enjoyed it though.
This was family. It was a family concert.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to talk to you a little bit this morning about the eyes.
Yes,
right?
We are on eyes this morning.
Intune and Immortelle, two really powerhouses.
Good blends. Yes. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
So I get to talk about Intune.
You should, because isn't that one of the ones you started using when you first started oiling? Yeah.
Yeah. So Intune was one of the first oils that I started using, and it was one of the first oils that I started sharing, actually, besides Deep Blue. So when I was in the oil field, these guys would come up to me and they go, "Ooh, what do you smell like? You smell good." And there was this one guy that was really interested in helping his daughter. His daughter could not focus. And you know that Intune is the focus blend. She had really, really bad ADHD. And I said, well, you're in luck. I have this Intune right here that I use on a daily basis. Go ahead and just take this home. And I gave him the whole bottle. I said, take this home, try it for a week, just put it under her feet and see how she does in focusing for school and staying on task and getting ready to go to school in the morning and stuff like that. And he absolutely loved the way it worked. And he's still an oiler with us. Was it 7 years later? 6 years later?
Yeah, something like that.
But Intune is really good for ADD, ADHD, staying focused, staying on task. But it's also good for hyperactivity. Helps kids concentrate.
And calm down.
And calm down. Great for anxiety. Seizures, really good. Like if your child's going through a seizure at the time, just put it right under their nose or on the back of their neck. It'll help calm them down. It's like a sedative.
Helps with brain activity.
Yeah.
Because of the patchouli, the frankincense, the Hawaiian sandalwood, those are all really great brain oils, and the calming and the grounding.
Yeah, so overall, oil really good for a sense of clarity. This one, good for, like I said, back of your neck, pulse points. I put it right under my nose if you need to focus. But you can make a gentler roller too. This one, we just put Intune in a roller, but...
Nothing. Do you want me to explain it?
Sure.
Okay. You sound like you're struggling.
I was struggling.
Are you struggling this morning?
I am.
I need more coffee.
It's been long. We didn't get home till midnight last night.
Yes, but we're here in live. Okay, so Intune, comes in a roller like this guy. And I don't know if you guys have smelled Intune before. It's got patchouli, like I said, so it's a little bit stronger for some people. It's too strong for me. If you love patchouli, then you probably will love it. But what you can do with it is take this bottle and then get 3 empty roller bottles, kind of like these guys, and then divvy up into 3 bottles, one of these bottles. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then fill this one with fractionated coconut oil, and that's going to help calm that scent down, the patchouli down, especially if you're giving this to your kiddo to take to school. Sometimes people can be sensitive with smells, or if you're wearing it in the workplace and you don't want it to be quite as strong, and then it's going to also make that oil last longer. Like, you're going to have 3 bottles of it instead of 1. Mm-hmm. And then that smell isn't going to be so potent. If you love the smell and you want to wear it, by all means, pour that stuff all over you. But for me, I have to dilute it.
Yeah, if you don't like the smell of patchouli, which I don't, I just put it on the bottom of my feet.
Yeah, you can.
Then I don't have to smell it.
Yeah, and put
socks on. So.
Yes. So.
Emotionally, this one quiets the mind. Mm-hmm. It really guides the soul to be, connected, clarity.
It's the oil of presence.
Yeah.
So if you
clarifies purpose.
Yeah, if you're feeling like you're just ungrounded all over the place, like you're not sure what your mission is, what your point, where you're going, this can really help you find your soul purpose and to being present in the moment and living in the moment. And then just taking away the distractions, the extra distractions that we deal with every single day, whether it's our phone, the TV, worry, bills, family, whatever's going on in your life that can distract you from being present within yourself. If you're feeling like you're procrastinating a lot, getting stuff done, because of that worry and that fear, procrastination is just a result of feeling overwhelmed. So Intune can help you come into feeling present in what do I need to focus on right now to get this task done before I can move on to the next task. So you're not feeling that overwhelmed feeling, which leads to the procrastination. So really, really great blend to just help you be present in the moment, which is so important, especially these days. Everybody seems to be like, blah, blah, blah.
Keeps you focused,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to procrastinate.
Right. So if you want to use it emotionally, same way, just wrists and temples, you can diffuse it too. You just have to pop the roller off and put a couple drops in your diffuser. I've never diffused it.
I haven't either.
But because it's not my favorite. Sorry.
Said that out
just
loud.
being honest. But it is great this is the one that we put on Landon when we can't get him to talk, because our son is very he won't talk.
He doesn't like us open up and spill his emotional beans.
You're like, what's wrong? Nothing. So we roll this on the back of his neck.
When he's not looking.
Like, 2-3 minutes later, he's just like, blah, 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 and talking about everything that he's ever thought about in his whole life. So
if you want your child to talk to you,
yeah, if you need somebody to open
secretly
up,
roll some Intune on him.
There you go. Okay, so I get to talk about Immortelle.
This is one of my.
This is a powerhouse blend. If you guys haven't had a chance to experience Immortelle, get on it, do it, because this is a very powerful first aid oil, skin oil, brain support. This has powerhouse oils in it: sandalwood, frankincense, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose, which are all phenomenal for your skin, and they can help with fine lines. It's going to help with wrinkles. It's going to help with age spots, stretch marks, scarring, anything that has to do with the skin. It's summertime, right? We're outside and under the heat all day, under the sun. Come in and put some Immortelle on your skin to help with any sun damage that you've gotten. It's going to help with chapped skin, cuts, eczema, psoriasis, sunburns, windburn,
Burns.
road rash, burns, like anything to do with the skin.
So
Immortelle is your first aid oil.
I remember one of my very favorite, unless you want to share this, our very, very favorite testimonies about Immortelle. And we were in San Diego as a family, and it was close to the 4th of July, it was the 4th of July. And Landon was, how old was he? 4? 5?
5 or 6, maybe 5.
Anyway, he was young. So in San Diego, all along the bay and the beach area there, they have a bunch of people out there, and they're all bring their coolers and barbecues and charcoal stuff and fireworks and tents and just all kinds of stuff. And Landon was obsessed with just playing with the water. Well, when people got done with their charcoal grills, they would just take the hot charcoals out of the charcoal, dig a hole in the sand and bury them, and then cover them up back with sand. Well, Landon, being curious little boy, wanted to go out and build a sand castle, and he got away for about 10 seconds, started digging in the sand, and grabbed one of these hot cherry coals with his hand like this, and it burnt a big ring in his palm, like 2nd or 3rd degree burns. And the only thing that we had on us at the time was Immortelle, peppermint and lavender, and we just dumped it
Put
on
ice on it, and then dumped oils on it, and we never did end up going to the doctor. We just kept it wrapped and kept doing the Immortelle like consistently every single day, and it took a while to heal. But I mean, obviously it's a burn, they take a while to heal, but he has like very like a scar that's like very tiny. You have to like seriously look. He's pointed out where it's at because you can't see it. And I remembered him just running over to us like crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's holding out his hands, and you couldn't really tell at first what was wrong. And then all of a sudden you could just see his skin just melt away, and I was like, oh, something's wrong. And of course we were out in the middle of the beach in the middle of nowhere, so
and the next day, like the next day after Immortelle and wrapping it with ice and stuff like that, we were sitting in the hot tub, and he was playing in the hot tub. How often can you do that?
Oh yeah.
And this actual burn lady, unit nurse was in there. She's like, when did he get burned? And I'm like, last night? Wow. It looks like it's been healing for at least a couple of days.
Yep. So Immortelle is thebomb.com. Like, even if you don't use it for your skin, it's a great one to have on hand for first aid anything. It's also great for bleeding. We've talked about helichrysum is great for bloody noses. Helichrysum is in this blend, so this is also a great one to have if you have a bloody nose, or somebody falls down, gets a scrape and it's bleeding, or a deep cut. That's going to help that blood coagulate and stop. And then it's also great for reducing fatigue. You just roll it on the back of your neck. I use it for thyroid support. I roll it on my thyroid every single night. It can help improve your vision if you're putting it around your eyes, where like maybe you have, we get those wrinkles like right here. So that frankincense and the sandalwood are going to help with your eyesight.
I think you should use that.
I know, I do.
She tried driving last night for a little bit, and she's like, there's something in the windshield. I'm like, honey, why don't you pull over? I'll drive. It's okay.
Like, I can do it. Shush. All natural deodorant. If you want to try it for deodorant, I have used it before, which is also great because it's going to help with that lymphatic system and being safe and if that's going to non-toxic way to use deodorant.
I just do peppermint, burn it all out of there. Breathe
is very refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah. Head injuries, because of all of the powerhouse oils in this blend, if you know somebody with a head injury or who gets headaches or migraines, this is a great one to just apply over the temples, the back of the neck, the forehead. If you know somebody with a head injury, this should be one that they're using every single day because of that frankincense, helichrysum, myrrh, rose. I mean, seriously, you guys, this is like a bottle of every most powerful oil in the world.
Yeah.
So I have a recipe for you called Ageless Serum, because you're like, okay, you tell me to use yarrow palm, and you tell me to use frankincense, and you tell me to use helichrysum on my skin. Like, you're putting on like 9 million oils a night, right? If you're trying to keep your skin happy. And so this Ageless Serum, if you do 20 drops of Immortelle, this is going to have your frank, your sandalwood, your lavender, your myrrh, your helichrysum, and your rose. And then add 10 drops of yarrow palm, And then 1 teaspoon of jojoba oil and 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, just in like a jar that you can put a lid on, and mix them all together. And at night, put it on your face to help with aging. So.
Is it jojoba or jojoba?
Sorry, jojoba.
I'm just curious. I was like, what's jojoba? Is that something off of Star Wars?
That sounds cool.
It could be.
Jojoba.
Jojoba. Sorry, my apologies. Emotionally, it is the oil of spiritual insight. And I wanted to just read this because it was so good. So, Immortelle is a wonderful aid for meditation as it quiets the mind, fosters inner stillness, and encourages spiritual growth. These oils are gentle yet powerful. They assist in the release of negativity, darkness, and limiting perceptions. This blend can mitigate spiritual blindness and other spiritual issues by offering profound light to individuals. So if you're feeling spiritually disconnected, burdened, discouraged, spiritual blindness, or have a dark night of your soul, try Immortelle to make you hopeful, spiritual, faithful, trust in the divine, have grace, and be still. I thought that was really beautiful. So you're going to inhale from the bottle, or you can put a couple drops on the crown of your head, since the chakra is connected to light, divine, God, source. You can also put it over your throat and your heart if you're needing some spiritual insight in your life. So I thought
That's awesome.
one of my favorites, emotionally, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till today.
This is so powerful.
Yeah. So, anywho, that's our story today. What else we got?
That's it. We're going to go take a nap.
Okay. I'm gonna have another cup of coffee.
Just kidding. No naps.
No
today.
naps today. We've got lots to do. All right. Well, hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Happy Friday, guys.
Bye.